Hey, what's going on, you guys? So in this video, I'm gonna do the 6 more things I've wished I stopped a lot sooner. So a couple months back, I did 6 things I wish I stopped a lot sooner. In this video, we're gonna do 6 more things I wish I stopped a lot sooner. And this is part 2. So let's get right into it. So number one, the number one thing I wish I stopped a lot sooner is comparing myself to others. We gotta stop doing this, you guys. Honestly, we are all growing. There is no such thing as a person that is up on the top that knows all 400,000 languages, that knows every single different way to make money, or knows how to fix a car. You know, we are all leveling up. We are all learning. You know, we have to stop comparing ourselves, because the more you compare yourself, the more you're stealing your happiness, the more you're stealing your joy, the more you're stealing your way of living in life. You're just putting yourself down in a hole, a deeper hole, on like, man, I still have to work and I still have to do this. I mean, that person's on the top. Guys, you gotta stop doing that. We have to stop doing that. We have to stop comparing ourselves to other people. You know what I mean? Nobody's better at being you than you. You are unique and you can be the best at what you do. So that was number one. Stop comparing yourself to other people. You're never going to be happy. And like, right, once I stopped comparing myself to other people and stop being, like, honestly, the easiest way to do it, in my opinion, is cut off social media. Cut down on social media, because social media makes us compare ourselves to other people so damn much. You know what I mean? Cut down on social media and focus more on your life. Start reading books, take cold showers, and you'll definitely stop comparing yourself to other people. So that was number one. Number two, the number two thing that I wished I stopped a lot sooner was watching TV and playing video games. Now, I'm not saying it's bad, which in terms of your health. I'm only saying watching TV and playing video games is only harmful for your time, to your free time. You know what I mean? Like, I only watch TV and video games, I would say. Like, I would reward myself. I would only do it, like, maximum of once or twice a week at the very most. Even if it's, like, my days off and I'm bored, I'll be like, oh, maybe I'll watch an interesting documentary, or I'll catch up on South Park or another TV show that I really want to watch. You know, I would just try to, like, reward myself instead of only putting that in my routine, because then you're not going to be putting your free time into good use. You're only, and number two reason I stopped watching TV and video games is that every time I would watch TV and I would, like, see other people doing fun shit, I'm like, damn, like, I wish I could do it. And I'm always comparing myself. I would say, in number one, I would always compare myself to them, and I'll be like, oh, damn, I wish I could be doing that. But instead, I'm using that time to put myself in that same position as that person on TV, you know? Like, for example, if I see a person having an abundance of girls, like, well, months and months ago when I would watch TV every day, I'd be like, oh, damn, I wish I could put myself in that position. I would feel more and more depressed. And then the second I turned off the TV and just focused completely on the guitar, focused completely on my music and schoolwork, I don't really feel too depressed or at all. You know, I'm mostly just putting my free time into good use. So that was number two, watching TV and playing video games. Instead of, I mean, I'm not saying to cut it completely out of your life, like you never do it again. I'm saying only use it as a reward, you know, as if you did something really good for the week or the day, and you can be like, all right, I did something really good, now I can play video games. And, all right, I did this and this and this and this and this, now I can watch TV. So try to use it as a reward instead of as a part of your day, you know? So that was number two, watching TV, playing video games. Number three, the third thing I wish I stopped a lot sooner, depending on people emotionally. Now you can talk to a therapist and talk to friends every once in a while when you're feeling down, but I'm saying don't depend on them emotionally. Like, for example, like, if you're feeling depressed, you gotta learn how to deal with that yourself instead of 100% depending it on people. Like, I'm not saying don't talk to anybody about it. You can talk to people about it. I'm saying don't depend on them to solve it for you. You gotta learn how to fix it yourself and be along with the path. That's what I'm trying to say. And don't depend on people emotionally when it comes to relationships and stuff, when it comes to love and feels like that. Like, honestly, you're not missing out on anything on being in a relationship. If anything, the only thing you're missing out on is stress. stress, and headaches. That's the only thing you're missing out on, and that should be a great thing. You should stay away from headaches and stress, because honestly, every single guy that I know that's in a relationship is always dealing with headaches. I don't care who you are always going to deal with it. Even if you're not dealing with headaches right now, once she realizes she has the power, that you love her, which every man watching on this, you should never say I love you to a chick. It drives me, it puts me in a deep ass hole of like, damn, why do men, masculine men, that are so masculine without the chick around, but when the chick is around them, they lose that shit. I don't want that to be you guys. I want you guys to stay yourselves. Treat them the same like everybody else, so that way they can come to you. So that was number 3, depending on people emotionally. The number four thing I wished I stopped a lot sooner. This is going to be really good. Thinking about the past too much. Now, this kind of ties into I think number 1, comparing myself to others. But honestly, thinking about the past too much, I would say it will ruin your presence. You got to stay in the present and think a little bit about the future. Stop thinking about the past. If anything, the only thing you should look at in the past is how far you have grown on yourself. Don't look at, oh, how many people broke up with you or broke your heart or fuck with you in the past and stuff like that. The only thing you should be you should compare your present you and your past you. The only reason why you should be looking at the past is if how much you have grown in yourself. So that was number 4, thinking about the past too much. Start thinking more about the present. Be more present. And think about exactly what you want to be towards the future. That way, every single day in the present, you can work on yourselves becoming towards that same person in the future. So let's move on. Number 5. The number 5th thing I wished I stopped a lot sooner, which is hanging around with the wrong people. Hanging around with people that just waste your time. This is very obvious. You got to stop hanging around with people that just waste your time, that all they want to do is party all day and do all the stupid, crazy shit and not feel motivated to even motivate each other. You got to start hanging around with friends that motivate you and that not on the same path as you, but that is on the same passion as you, that is a passion about the future as you. You know, I'm not saying they have to have the exact same interests and hobbies as you to be good friends. They have to be as motivated as you to be good friends. That's basically what I'm trying to say. They have to be as motivated as you to work hard, to move forward, to go to the right position that they want to go to in the future. And so do you. So that's what type of friends you need to have. The ones that bring you up when you're down. The ones that motivate you when you're not feeling that motivated. That put you on to different type of things, you know, and put you on to different books, different type of websites, you know, something that you didn't know. And you can put them on and stuff like that. That's what friends are about, is growing each other, not just breaking each other apart. There's enough success and money in the world for everybody. So that was my number 5th thing I wish I stopped a lot sooner, was hanging around with the wrong people. Because wrong people, all they do is doesn't do anything in your life. They just hold you back like a glue on a wall. That's the only thing wrong people do, is hold you back from moving on like a glue stuck to your wall on your back. So stop hanging around with those types of people. Cut them off of your life. I don't care. The only time you should be hanging around with those people is maybe when you already have an abundance of passive incomes and maybe you're successful. But that's only if you're hanging around with them for a short period of time. Don't even, honestly, in my opinion, you shouldn't hang around with them at all. But if you really, really want to hang around with them at least once in a while, I would say wait until you have an abundance of money and abundance lifestyle, so you can just walk out of there and go right back to that, you know? So that was number 5, hanging around with the wrong people. Last, but certainly not least, the number 6 thing I wished I stopped a lot sooner, which is holding grudges, being angry at someone or something. We have to stop this. You gotta learn how to have a positive outlook at life. Whatever is getting you mad, whatever is getting you angry or frustrated, write it down. Once you write it down, you wake up the next day and you attack it. How do you attack it? Brush it off your shoulders. Forget about that person that broke your heart. Forget about that person that fucked with you, that robbed you. You have to be positive. Have a positive outlook on life. There's a bigger life than the city that you live in. There's a much bigger life than just this chick. So there's a lot of bigger things to be happy about than the position you're in. Life can always be worse. So stop being angry. Stop holding grudges, because it's not going to do anything but eat up your motivation up all the time. Next thing you know, you're stuck in the same. Next thing you know, you're stuck because then you're too mad because you're too angry at somebody. You got to stop it. I don't care if you're mad at your parents or you're mad at at other people. You got to stop and just have a positive outlook on life, and just use, if anything, use that energy to level yourself up. Use that energy to put yourself in a better position so that way you don't have to always be upset. You know what I mean? You can be upset. We're human. I know that. I'm not saying to never be angry, but learn how to acknowledge that you're angry. Learn how to point yourself out. All right, I'm mad. Let me calm myself down. Let me do the things that make me feel better and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you to be robots and never be angry. I'm telling you to, when you do get angry, when you find yourself in that grudge position, acknowledge that. Try to acknowledge your feelings more. Try to have more self-awareness of how you feel and be like, you know what? Instead of putting my anger out on people, let me just start putting it onto things that will actually make me feel better. Like, for example, boxing or to the gym or maybe playing music. You know, I'm trying, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what you gotta do when you catch yourself and feeling angry or feeling sad or feeling I'm not happy. When you're feeling frustrated, you need to acknowledge your feelings more. You know, that's the basic point of this point is when you find yourself holding grudges, you gotta learn how to let it go. So that was the 6 more things I wish I stopped a lot sooner. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll put out more and more and more videos for you guys. I'll stay consistent, I promise you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.